What does it take? Because you're pretty good at it. It does appear now, statistically speaking. What does it take to be a good kickoff return man?
Well, with the 10 guys that I have in front of me that do their job, they block really well. It comes with that, and it comes with I just think a sense of vision. Just getting the ball in your hands. Just speed, and I think once you have that with the 10 guys in front of me, I think that's why it works so well.
We talked to you before the season started. The big determination you were going to be the guy. As Zach Smith said. In this offense now with Curtis gone and stuff. Do you feel like you're kind of rolling into that role now from kickoff return, from taking the ball to the house on passes, etc.? What's just your sense of confidence now that maybe you didn't have 4 weeks ago?
Well, my confidence level is definitely way higher than it's ever been. But I have so much room for improvement. I'm not where I want to be at all. I'm nowhere near where I think I could be. And it just comes with work every week, getting better every week, and I think I'm progressing every week, and I like where I'm at. But it's going to take a lot more work to get where I want to be. Sure.
Parris, have you ever returned a kick for a touchdown in your life?
Yeah.
What, like a lot?
Yeah, like a lot of times. Yeah, in high school, I think I got a record in my high school for most kickoff returns for touchdowns.
You have the same thing record?
Yeah, I think so.
So why, when you started doing it last year, you flashed right away. Mm-hmm. Why did it take a year and a half for you to become that guy who was good?
We had dynamic returners already, so I think that was kind of just the reason why. But it was kind of a bad thing, good thing for me when I started returning, because Dontre Wilson actually got hurt, and then that's when I kind of filled that role. So that's when it all started.
Is the key plant your foot and go? Make a decision and go. Well, what is if there's a secret to it, to the guys that do it well? What is it?
I think it is. I think just when you see a hole, you just gotta hit it, because kick return is not really make a guy miss like that. It's you gotta get the ball and make one cut and go. So hit it.
Make a guy fly by.
Yeah.
You talk about you need 10 other guys. Who's the best blocker on the team?
On that unit?
Yeah.
A guy that I gotta give credit to is Tough Borland. He's a guy that's gonna put his nose, no matter who it is running on the field. He's the guy that makes a lot of those returns happen. And then also KJ Hill, who's the off returner who I follow through those holes. So those two guys for sure.
How bad did you want the one the other day?
I wanted it really bad. I actually felt like I could have took it all the way if I took another path, but that's another conversation.
Is anybody more excited about that than Kerry Combs?
No, not at all. he every time we go do KOR, he says if a guy kicks it deep, then it's gonna be a bad day. So he loves that.
Parris, were you at the 2015 game against Rutgers?
Yeah.
Do you remember at the beginning of the game, not before you guys started beating them pretty good? How loud was it?
Oh, it was really loud.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Is it surprisingly, given what the stereotype is it surprisingly loud there at Rutgers?
I don't think it's surprisingly loud, because I feel like anywhere Ohio State Buckeyes goes, it's a big time game for anybody, and I feel like that's the reason why.
Do you, on the bubble screens, I know you guys take so much pride in blocking as receivers, and guys take that very seriously. Is there any idea of sometimes just get in the way of the guy a little bit, and I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
We just can't risk a hole. You know what I mean? What's the vibe right now of everybody wants to work hard at it, but sometimes they probably don't have to make the world's greatest.
Yeah, for sure. I think the sense in our room with blocking right now is, we try to go as hard as we can on every single block. And I think the reason why we had those holes, against Army, it wasn't a technique issue. It was more of an effort issue. When we block, we try to finish guys. And, so we just take a lot of pride in that. So I think that's where a lot of those holding issues come from. But so it's not a technique issue. I think it's an effort issue.
It's like the one last week. That was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Get to me.
Yeah.
Do good.
But that was our emphasis, though. You don't need to put a guy on his back every single time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So.
What's we know they time you guys. They have the miles per hour and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And you guys. What's the fastest you've ever hit? Miles per hour. Do you know?
I think from 22 to 23.
Okay.
One of those, yeah.
Would you like to race a car?
I actually would, because I recently seen something on Twitter that Big Ten did, and they tracked it, and it was 23 miles per hour. I just thought that was really cool. So.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if this is right. I didn't research or anything. Someone said like the fastest that the human body can go is like 25 miles per hour.
Really?
Or something, and that you're up at 23. And I was like,
Yeah.
do you ever feel like your body's gonna explode or anything? Like when you get, you know how it is. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel the strain, or does it just feel? I'm
I don't
asking as a slow person.
Yeah.
If a fast person could explain to the slow world what hitting top speed as a fast person feels like.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of natural, really. I don't know.
Like you don't feel
Yeah,
like
sure.
but it just feels smooth.
Yeah, when I run, I feel smooth.
Okay. How much did you, when you were a kid, growing up, did you run? I mean, I know you
Yeah.
did track when you were a kid and stuff, but how
Yeah,
much?
track was actually the first sport I did. Like, I started running track when I was 5. Yeah. And it was like serious track. Like, I went to the Junior Olympics like when I was 6 years old, and then until I was a freshman in high school.
So would you, I mean, were you running every day? Were you just running at your house, going to a track with your family?
Yeah, so
running in the
it was
backyard, or-
like a summer, like an AAU thing, and every summer, you know, we have a couple of track meets, and then we go into like the prelims, districts, and you know, so forth, and then the Junior Olympics would be, you know, in a different state. It was like a big time deal. Yeah.
What is the joy that you get and got out of running versus the joy that you get out of being a football player?
I think it goes hand in hand. You know, track being my first sport, that'll always be, you know, one of my loves, like one of my passions, and I wish I could, you know, still do it now. But it kind of goes hand in hand because football was my, you know, my second love in a sense, but it's my first love too because I don't know, I was good at it when I first started playing. So I know it goes hand in hand.
And you haven't done track here?
No.
I know some guys have.
Yeah, some guys have, but the track coach actually wanted me to cut weight, and that doesn't fly with Coach Mick. So
Yeah, you got to be thick enough and strong enough to shake tackles.
Right.
They want you nice and lean on the track, so you said sorry.
Yeah. Can't do
I
it.
would have taken you anyway, man.
Hey, I know. I would have liked to, for sure. For sure.
I mean, you're still, you know, you're still pretty fast with the weight you have.
Yeah.
I think you would have been okay with it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Is running in your family?
Yeah. My dad actually ran track and my grandmother.
Hey, Parris, going into this one, you've seen this Rutgers defense team, or at least in games earlier this year, you've seen them kind of step up, especially you saw them give Washington, a ranked Washington team, number 7, like their season low in total yards. So what have you seen improvement-wise from especially their defensive line, who's been pretty stout against opposing rush offenses?
Yeah.
And do you do you expect more of a passer-friendly, or not passer-friendly, but just a passing focus for you guys heading into Saturday night?
Yeah, so first of all, like you said, I see a much more improved defense than they were last year when they came here. One thing I noticed right off the bat when I started watching film is that their secondary is very aggressive. They have really, really good coverage skills, and you don't see like too many guys getting beat on that defense. So I definitely think it's a much improved defense, and you know, we have to prepare like it. We're playing a Big Ten opponent, a conference opponent, you know, and there's no one we can take lightly because they're definitely much improved.
Thanks, Parris.
I'm done.
You're good.